Infinite banking, it's not about beating the market. It's not about getting a higher rate of return than the stock market. Because a lot of business owners, they hear someone talk about infinite banking and it gets them questioning, and some of the first questions they ask is like, what is the return I'm getting? That's not, that's the wrong first question to be asking. And once you really understand what infinite banking, the core of it is about, which is control, I just made a video on that, and it's not about having every single dollar in your financial life to go out there and chase getting the highest rate of return. That completely defeats the purpose of infinite banking. Now, if you were to compare, infinite banking, and this is using whole life insurance as well. I just made a video talking about the reason as to why that's the preferred asset to use, but we can't compare it to stocks, real estate, other investments, because it's life insurance. It's not an investment. It's not meant to compete with these other assets to try to get a higher rate of return. So we're not trying to beat the market at all. I just want to make that very, very clear. Why the point of using whole life insurance and the point of infinite banking is to have control over a pool of money that's very liquid. You can tap into it at any point in time. It's not tied to any market, safe, meaning you're going to get guaranteed growth every single year. If you're with a mutual carrier, you're going to get dividends as well on top of that. It's private. No one knows you have this policy unless you actually tell them, but it's a private contract between you and the life insurance carrier. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but some states will offer some pretty solid protection over your cash value. So if you were to get sued, like I'm in the state of Arizona, there's 100% creditor protection over the cash value. So it's very important in terms of cash that's safe and liquid. And then lastly, we're not even going to get into it though, there's just so many other benefits because it's life insurance. But one of the biggest misconceptions though I see all the time is people, they hear life insurance, they hear whole life insurance, and they immediately try comparing it to what the stock market could generate. Buy term and invest the difference. Why would I put money in the whole life insurance and get 4% over time, 5% over time, if I could just buy a really cheap term insurance policy, 30 bucks a month, 40 bucks a month, get $1 million in coverage, take that difference that I would normally be putting in the whole life insurance and just invest it in the S&P 500, invest it in index funds and forget about it. Like why wouldn't anyone do that? And the biggest thing is, number one, this strategy is not for everyone. It's for that business owner, it's for that real estate investor, that high income professional who wants control, who values control and liquidity over their money more than chasing the highest rate of return. So having this pool of money that I control, I can access it when I need funds. And then when I access that money, I'm going to use that money to go make more money in a higher risk thing like my business, like real estate, could be stocks, could be crypto, doesn't really matter. But all we're changing is the money that we were going to invest anyway. Let's say I had $500,000 just sitting in a money market account where it's just sitting there, I'm waiting for a good opportunity to pop up before I take money out of that account and put it in the investment. The only thing we're changing here is where that 500 grand is sitting. So instead of it sitting in this money market account, I reposition it into a high cash value whole life insurance policy. And then when that opportunity comes around, I do the same investment I was going to do anyway, except I'm leveraging the cash value in the policy to go make that investment. Instead of draining my money market account, I'm leveraging against an asset that's guaranteed to go up in value. All of my cash value in that policy is going to continue to earn interest, going to continue to earn dividends as if I never touched it in the first place. And now I've got control over a loan where I can dictate how and when I want to go about repaying it. What a lot of people do is they'll use the returns they get from whatever investment they made to pay back the loan to the life insurance carrier, restoring their liquidity, restoring their equity, and then they can repeat the whole process again when another investment opportunity pops up. So again, that's all we're doing at the end of the day. We're changing one thing. That's where we're storing our excess capital for investments. Again, we're not changing the investment process on the back end. All of that stays the same. We're just changing where the original location of those dollars were. And we're putting it in an environment or putting it into a vehicle where it grows more efficiently. You have more protection. You have more certainty because of the guarantees in the contract. And you get a lot of other benefits like we talked about. Your original dollars continue to grow with you. Like when you pull money out of a money market, let's say you invested all 500, well, your money market's gonna have $0 now. So you gotta go through the whole process of saving up 500 grand again or saving money up again, and then wait for the next opportunity, drain that account, save money up again, drain the account. With this whole life insurance policy, since you're leveraging against the cash value and repaying the loan back, and that asset, which is the whole life policy, is guaranteed to go up in value every single year, every single time you repay back that loan and you restore the equity, the amount of money you have to borrow against is higher. So your dollars grow with you over time, opposed to constantly depleting and having to go through that whole process of saving up again. So if you're someone who's looking for an alternative place to store excess money that you might have, again, if it's just sitting in a high yield savings, a money market account, CDs, you want the money relatively liquid, but you don't necessarily need the funds today, then this could be a great alternative to position some of that money. And ultimately, we're gonna have to take a look at your own numbers to see what it would look like, learn more about your situation. Everyone's different, everyone has different goals, there's different setups to these policies. But if you wanna take a look at your own numbers, just go to the top of the description. You can book in a call with me there and we can have that conversation. If you have any questions on this at all, you can go to the comments below, leave them there, and I'll get back to you. And then lastly, you'll see a recommended video somewhere in the bottom corner. Make sure to click on that, and I'll see you in the next one.